Logan Paul and Nate Robinson.
Oh. Yo.
I know John's got some things, but so go ahead and take away because you would want to talk about
First
this.
off, please pardon me if I go on a little monologue. Okay. Nate Robinson trained for this match for 3 months.
I thought it was Nate Robinson. That's right. And then
For 3
Jake
weeks.
Paul has been
3 months.
Oh,
Jake Paul has been training for boxing matches for 3 years.
yeah,
That's what happened.
yeah. It showed.
Now this man, Nate Robinson, although 5'9",
I thought it was Logan Paul.
Nate Robinson's 5'9". Jake Paul.
Well, I thought it was Logan Paul.
It
Oh,
was
my
Jake.
tripping.
It's
It was
Jake.
Jake Paul.
Jake.
Sorry, I
is
know they're brothers.
6'1", 6'2". He was like 200 pounds, dropped close to 11, 12 pounds for the fight. It was a little bit over 200 pounds. Nate Robinson came in at 180. Nate Robinson is the superior athlete. Nate Robinson is not a superior boxer, apparently. So that man led the whole fight with his face. First off, as soon as the match started, everything he learned for 3 months went out the window. Now this man has become a meme. This man's children, he ruined his children's life for no reason.
Gosh.
Okay, let's discuss that. Second off, the real winner was Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's hosting. He should host every sporting event from now till forever until he dies. He needs to go down like John Madden. I'm serious. It was so funny. First off, when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. started fighting, he's like, "Oh, it reminds me of two of my what he say? Two of my uncles fighting at a barbecue."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was so
And then,
funny.
hold on. Let me, because I wrote down one of his bars just for. He said, okay, boom. He said, "Slow down, nephew. He got basketball shoes on." Nate Robinson came in there with the Knicks colors, which personally offended me because he took that ass whooping in them colors. He hit the ground at least 4 times. And I was talking to my friends before the fight, and I was like, yo, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Jake Paul's going to win this fight. And what's going to be funny is there's going to be a moment when Jake Paul hits Nate, and Nate actually understands that he can lose. He did not understand. Like, for some reason, he didn't
fathom the idea that he could
him
lose.
losing.
Yeah,
And
never
then,
entered
like,
his mind.
you've seen it. There's a moment where he gets hit and he hits the ground, but he catches himself with his gloves, and he looks stressed. And that man just looked stressed the whole fight. He was stressed out.
Is that when he
stressed
Is
him
that when
out,
he
and
took
then
that right
put him
hook?
to sleep.
Is that when he just ate that right hook? It was like an overhead right hook that just laid him out.
Yeah.
And then he was holding the back of his head after when he got up.
Yeah.
Man, that boy, he was holding the back of his head, but he was thinking something else. I'm telling you, he was thinking something else. He was thinking, this man finna get in my ass. he was like, wow.
What?
And then the funny thing is, right before he tweets, and this is how porous NBA athletes are. He tweets, Steph, appreciate the love. I'm shocked. No, Steph tweets him, oh, my man, good luck tonight, da-da-da-da. He's like, I'm going to shock the world. Steph doesn't reply to the tweet until after he gets knocked out. And he says, I see no lies.
You told me about this. Oh, my God.
That's so right.
They're putting this man on Tempur-Pedic beds, knocked out. I'm telling you, it's bad. They have a picture of him knocked out with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Obama, every great black figure just staring down at him in embarrassment and shame. Because he sought out this ass whooping. Now, let me tell you something. There's a racial component to this.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's always been a racial component to boxing. There's always been. Like, Hispanics, white people, and black people have always had a dynamic in boxing.
Huh.
Hispanics and when black and Hispanic boxers.
Was it like that with Mayweather and Pacquiao?
Exactly.
Okay.
Mayweather Canelo, crazy because he's Mexican. Okay, and then when you have a black one versus white, it's always been big. Fury versus Wilder. Nobody will say it, but there's my race is superior complex going on. Like all the men feel it. You get what I'm saying? And Nate took that ass whooping from a YouTuber. It don't matter how big this is. He took that ass whooping from a YouTuber, and I'm not gonna make fun of him. Because I understand how complicated fighting is, and it took courage for him to do what he did. No.
But Jake trained for 3 years, though.
Yeah? Yeah. but it took stupidity.
I kind
take
of
that
agree
back.
with that to an extent. I do think there's a racial aspect to boxing because different races fight different ways.
For sure.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Especially
like,
if you're
it's-
black, you grow up in the hood. Nate is from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He fought like it was a street fight. Jake put them hands on that boy. He beat him. And you heard Snoop started singing Negro spirituals when he was knocked out. He said, "Come home to Jesus." As soon as he hit the ground, he said, "Hey nephew, you got a block." that whole fight,
dude.
the whole fight. Okay, so other things about the fight that I noticed. Well, first off, Stephen A. Smith, Wilder started trending because Nate Robinson got knocked out. So if you say there's no racial component to this, the only thing that makes those two things the same is they both lost to white men.
Oh my gosh.
well,
And in incredible fashion.
well, maybe
The Gypsy King licked
maybe in the community,
Wilder
I
while
can see
fighting him.
that. Like,
Ugh.
I can definitely see if a community is upset. Because I honestly, like, to me, the racial component within combat sports or like boxing and stuff like that, it's like in the movies when, there's like the northern, like, Asian style and the southern Asian style and stuff like that. And if people are like, "Oh, that's racist," I'm like, I think that's kind of cool, man. I like that there's like the Japanese style of fighting with swords.
Oh, yeah,
and the
for
Chinese
sure.
style. Like, it's so cool. And there's definitely
It's
a
unique. It's
Mexican way of fighting.
And
in
it's
boxing.
not racist. It's just racial.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like-
It's racial. And so
And then it's Stephen A. Smith was worried for Nate today he was worried. He said, I thought that man was finna seize. I thought like he just went on the ways. He thought that this man would die in the ring.
I mean, the way he fell too when
It
he
was
got knocked out was bad.
Well,
yeah.
It was
ate-
bad,
Dude.
Gene. For 3 minutes he couldn't get up. They had to use the salts to wake him up, and then they put a stool beside him so he couldn't lean on the stool.
Well, he ate some.
Stephen A. said he heard rumors
heavy
somewhere that he's
hands.
still knocked out somewhere.
Oh my god.
Like,
It's bad. And then another thing, Neo performed the anthem. We had a if you want to look it up, we had a appearance from Hatless Neo. Bald as can be. And boy, the second the song started, I went to Twitter. I mean, the second the song started, I went to Twitter. The number one trending topic was Baldless Neo. And so he put his hat down, all smooth and criminal like Michael Jackson, right? I wonder how he picks it up though. Because it's like you can't just pick your hat up. What, you gonna bend down and pick it up?
I just looked the phrase. I wanted to say it.
Put Neo National Anthem. It's NEYO because he didn't want to get
That's
sued.
right. That's right.
also after this, we should watch the GIF of him getting knocked out.
Boom.
The first one.
Yeah, either one.
You're right.
I hope it should. Oh, look at how this asshole puts his hat down. Oh no, it's not
Honestly,
this.
it's a while since I've.
No, not this one.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
2019. Look at how many people
yeah.
are there.
Yeah, I see it. Where is
Yeah.
it?
Neo National Anthem. Fight. Type in fight.
You're right.
Yeah, I saw the crowd and I was like, wait, they'd let people in like that?
That would probably be a better name to type.
They really not gonna show this?
Is it really? Yeah, I was about to say, dang.
I know
Well-
it's on Twitter. That's why we need our. Are we
I'm
on
about
the
to say.
logged into the?
No, we
Fake
definitely
news on
are.
Twitter?
We definitely are.
Yo, you know what my favorite meme was?
We did this last
It's,
time.
it's a Dragon
Yeah.
Ball reference.
said this-
Twitter
you
is
said
the
this too, the
complete
same
search.
point, like,
I'm
it's a better
telling you,
search.
dog.
What'd you say?
I love that meme where it's just like the man who trained Nate Robinson and it shows Hercule from Dragon Ball. I'm just like, that's fucked up.
So what was the?
Neo. You can probably just type in Neo at this point, and it'll be recent.
So I just go to his page.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
If you want the jokes.
Definitely want the jokes. I guess this is it right here. Boom.
They called him a musical Van Jones. Now, if you know who Van Jones is from CNN,
I,
who sent Neo out without his hat? Me watching Neo.
Oh my gosh.
I wish y'all could see how this asshole put his hat down. He does some spin move with the hat and lays it on the ground.
He's always been fancy, especially in his music videos.
How you gonna pick it up? Also, Snoop smoked a blunt live on national television.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
He's the greatest human being ever.
Dude, he probably picks up his hat like Kung Lao, where it just like comes back to his hand, and he just puts it back on.
Right? I was like, he has to use his foot or something.
Oh yeah, he does do that in Mortal Kombat. He like flicks it with his foot and it comes back up.
Mm-hmm. Dog, people are going ham on him.
I can't find the video.
Yeah, he can't. But he did. He put his hat down like a dickhead. That's all y'all need to know. So my question was how he picked it up. I just wanted to know if anybody has footage or if you know how he picked his hat up. I'm really interested. That's all I really had on the Nate Robinson fight. Don't think boxing is different from any sport. Like you can just pick it up and just be better than somebody. It really showed his ego, really humbled him today. He's been taking it like a champ. He's been in all the little chats and all the stuff. He posted a little.
I was about to say, didn't he say something?
He posted a little clip from Friday where Pops was like, "Back in my day, we used to use these, and you win some, you lose some, but you get to fight another day." You know what I'm saying? So he posted that. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
that last.
On my heart. If you see my Instagram messages, go for it, Doc.
I was like, that last bit, man. You can see where he's tired and he clearly doesn't have like a good guard.
Oh, he was exhausted.
So he opens wide to try to lead hook, which is real weird. First of all, if you're gonna open wide and you're gonna go for a Hail Mary hook, you do it with your right. But he did it with his fucking lead, and
this is before the
he
fight.
just immediately ate a jab and another hook that just fucking knocked him out. Like
fucked him up.
He opened himself up for that other guy's powerful hook instead of his own. And it was just like, oh,
and the funny thing
out.
is, when you watch you looked at the match statistically, he was hitting in a less percentage, but Nate had landed more hits than him.
He was fast, I bet. I didn't see the whole fight. I saw
Nate
highlights.
was. The funny thing is, you could tell in the fight, Nate was obviously more athletic. He didn't know what to do with it. This is the fight. This is my message with my cousin before. Nate fight yet? Nah, he next. We got to stop letting niggas risk this shit for the race. If Nate lose after Wilder loss, ain't nothing left. My cousin, agreement, no cap. Something telling me Nate gonna smash something. I said, I pray he do, so we can end all this Mayweather talk. Somebody has to beat Jake Paul now.
Right? Because he's gonna start. Because didn't he win his last fight too?
Yep.
Man,
somebody has to beat
a
black man has to beat Jake Paul. Somebody has to, or a Mexican man needs to beat Jake Paul. Not another white man needs to beat Jake Paul. This has to stay just like this. Because that's why so many people watched. More people talked about that than Tyson and Roy Jones.
Fair, because that did happen also. Who won, by the way?
They ended in a draw. Mike Tyson won.
Yeah, Tyson won for sure, dude. Tyson
was
was
not
sniping his
Roy
head
Jones
like crazy.
Because the fight was at like 1 a.m., wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a late fight.
Roy Jones was just pure. He's a pure offensive fighter, right? So Roy Jones, when he was boxing, it was purely, he had a speed advantage over you. So technically he was sound as far as punching, but he actually never blocked, which led to problems later in his career. But for a 10-year span in boxing, there was no boxer better than Roy Jones. So one could even say he was arguably better than Mike Tyson, pound for pound, because he went from featherweight to welterweight to middleweight to middle heavyweight to heavyweight and won all of them. 10 years undefeated. And all he did was lean his face forward for you to punch, wait for you to swing. And because he was so much faster than you, the second you swung, his counter punch would put you on your ass. Literally. He even got robbed in the Olympics. He played silver, but they literally call that the worst robbery in boxing Olympics history. What happened to Roy Jones Jr.? So, like, he wasn't up against scraps, but to see Roy Jones Jr. try and use that style at 51, the man was throwing punches to the side and running while running, and it was not an enjoying sight. It wasn't enjoyable to see him fight that way. But Mike's footwork, Mike's bobbing, oh my God.
Not to mention,
Beautiful.
Mike can fire from the hip, dude. So
Yo.
as soon as Roy would pull that, like, hey, I'm a head wob and I'm a weave, Mike knew where he was moving to, and he would just fire from the hip and just catch him. And you would see
Mike
Roy
is
just be like, oh, that's real. And he
It
would
was
just hug up
real.
on him. Yeah.
It was, if you were, and the funny thing, they had Israel Adesanya, Nigerian, shout out Nigeria, reigning UFC champ right now. And he was commenting on it. He was like, dude, my footwork, like, to even be able to 54, like, his head and everything. And I'll put it like this. Even though, in my opinion, I guess, not in my opinion, I like Mike more than I like Roy Jones. Roy Jones was the better boxer. There's an anime after Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it was in Baki, wasn't it? Or is there a little anime?
There's
vibe?
characters after Mike Tyson. Balrog,
Yeah.
Street
Tyson
Fighter.
just has so much power, bro.
Now let me say an
And
anime,
he just
and
moves
it's gonna
well.
blow your minds. And it's not after him, but you look at it, and you're like, okay, Hajime no Ippo. His main special ability is the Dempsey roll.
But that's off of Dempsey.
Yes,
It's Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey, the originator. But really, it's Mike Tyson. If you think about Balrog's special, he hits a Dempsey. He's always been known for the bob and weave and then smack, because he's always had to fight against bigger boxers. He always had to get closer. And so even though we can say it's like, for example, the dab wasn't made by the Migos or something like that, but it was popularized by somebody. When I, as a person, watch Hajime no Ippo, I don't think they're really a fan of, I don't see Dempsey. I see Mike, because of the aggression, because of the like, it just, Mike was just legendary. He's iconic. I just feel like he's more iconic than really anybody in boxing that I've ever seen. I mean, you have Muhammad Ali, obviously, but like, as far as,
I think at this point, Mike has more clout. He's more contemporary.
yeah,
I think, like, I don't even
Recognizable?
think I've ever seen a.
and then he
an Ali fight.
transitioned he pivoted into other things. Like, his podcast is doing numbers, and he's well spoken. He's well read. Like, you can tell, like, he's somebody who is emotionally, like, somehow he's centered himself. He's confident with his words and everything. So it was dope to see him pivot and then still be able to, like, go into the. Do you know what he said? He said, the warrior gods have summoned me.
So this is a switch.
Like, it's just a switch. And
You ever
could
see
tell
him
he
on
wanted his head.
You ever see him on Joe Rogan? He's
Oh,
talking
man.
about his son.
Yeah.
His son's starting to get into boxing, and he's just like, man, he's not gonna do anything. He's like, my life, I was a monster. He's like, he didn't live that life. He's not gonna be as good as me. I'm just like, damn, dude. Like,
Dude, I did not see
on
that episode.
there.
I gotta see that clip. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it's
Always,
pretty funny. Man.
always bring up this. Mike Tyson said some of the gayest shit in the most masculine way.
Dude, I remember you showing me that one
That
clip when he
speech
yelled at
is
that.
terrifying. That speech, that's what I'm saying. He's iconic. Roy Jones dropped a song, and it was actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's iconic, I guess. But that speech from Mike Tyson off the cuff that he gave to whoever was fucking with him in the audience. What he said? He said, I'll fuck you and make you love me.
Oh my god.
I'm a real
I'm just like,
man.
whoa.
You scared of a real man? Dude. Chills, dog. Chills, dog.
Because he said that so like,
He
bro.
grabbed his dick. He said, I'm a real man. You scared of a real man? I'll fuck you and make you love me.
Yo.
Dog. I've just never been more terrified watching for somebody else
Right?
in my life. That man.
I wanted to see his face. I want to see his
should've shit
reaction.
pants, for sure. Physically shit his pants. I would have called police. I would have called
would've
police
called the
right
police.
there.
Help.
Help.
I need to leave.
What? The
Now?
guy didn't, he couldn't speak. You're not more of a man than Mike Tyson. Or you gonna call him gay? Oh my God, dog, that moment, whew, I wish. We'll probably get sued for putting that shit up.
My favorite bar, actually, that Snoop Dogg said while they were fighting is because every time that Roy would play with Mike, he would take something to the face and he would just hug up on him. So they were at the ropes and he was hugging up on him, and Mike started hitting his ribs. And Snoop's just like, the ribs, get them off the barbecue, they're burning. It's just hitting
Snoop,
them, dude.
Dog. Snoop would be a fantastic, because he's also knowledgeable on sports. Like, he's a big Lakers fan. He's a big Rams fan. No, he's not a Rams fan. He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So he's knowledgeable. It'd be fun to see him do more stuff like that. And, hey, if we're at a point in America where he can smoke a blunt on national television while performing, we're here. We're
Right.
here.
Right.
We see Trump and we see Biden, and we're like, oh man, we're so far away from it. But then you see Snoop smoking that blunt on national television.
Closer than you think, guys.
Closer than you think, guys. My boy over here gets it. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching a clip of Fake Deep Thinking. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe, like the clip, leave a comment, and check out our page for more content. Full episodes of Fake Deep Thinking are released every Friday on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Check it out.